Why do you want to be a data scientist?
I decided to become a data scientist because I enjoy working with numbers. My love for numbers informed my decision to do my first degree, my second degree. My first degree was in industrial physics, and my second degree was in energy economics. During these two programs, I worked with data and I used the data to make decisions. A typical example was during my second degree. I collected data on electricity consumption in residential among residential customers, and of course I was able to establish the trend of demand and supply with respect to price. A 25% increase in price was seen to reduce consumption by more than 50%, and even despite the reduction in consumption, there was also energy theft. So I was able to establish that with the data I collected. But what was more personal for me and what also informed my decision to make a career out of data science was when my dad had issue with his franchise with a major company in my country. During the period, the revenue was down and the franchise was going to be taken away from him. So we needed to do something. I worked with him. Then I didn't have this knowledge in data science, but I had basic knowledge in Excel and SPSS. I was able to collect past data on sales, data on his customers. I was able to analyze the data. I was able to use a trend in supply and demand in his business to see what time of the year he had more sales, what factors contributed to sales during that period of the year, and factors that contributed to the dip in sales. And with that, I was able to make decisions that impacted the revenue generation for the company. After I completed the project for him, 25% increase in revenue was experienced for the first year, but to be precise, the first quarter we experienced like 10% increase in revenue. And despite the fact that I moved away from my country, I still monitor sales remotely. And the last time I checked it, we were performing well and the franchise has not been taken away from him. So at that point, I completed the project and there was positive increase in revenue. I made up my mind that the field of data science is a field I would like to make a career out of.
Why do you want to work at this company?
I want to work at the company because of the growth the company has experienced over the years. I mean, I've been monitoring the growth, I've been monitoring the productivity of the company. Despite the crashing market experience during the pandemic, the company was able to come back and the company is performing well, which I will love to associate myself with such company performing this brilliant. The second reason I made the decision to join the company is because of the feedback I got from the employees of the company. I was able to reach out to few employees in the company and good number of them told me that this is a company I'm going to learn a lot from. I'm going to learn from individuals in the company. I'm going to be able to develop myself intellectually and I'm going to be able to develop my person. I mean, why shouldn't I join a company that will enable my growth? I'll be happy to join such company. And thirdly, the culture of the company is superb. Teamwork is encouraged. If I'm able to link up with my team members and gain knowledge from my team members, I'll be happy to do that.
Tell me about the time you had a conflict with a colleague.
There was this one time I was volunteering with a construction company. My boss needed me to work on helping him to make decision if he should be collecting excavation projects or not. So he needed me to work on 5 previous excavation projects we've done, and I needed to collect data from 5 other departments. So there was this particular department that the lady was not ready to release data to me because she worked directly with the boss, and unfortunately the boss did not inform her that I'll be approaching her for the data. So I approached her, she didn't release it to me. I proceeded to the other 4 departments to collect the data. I worked on the data I was able to collect from the other 4 departments, knowing that I had only 3 days before the timeline my boss gave me to make the final submission. So when my boss came back, he wasn't available to interfere and get the data for me. When he came back, he stepped in, got the data for me, and I was able to make the final decision that helped him to decide if he was going to be collecting the excavation project or not. Thank you.